quite good too, honestly. Look at that accuracy.
Yeah, it's a 92 300 score from Halogen. Here I go again. 990. Unfortunately, the stream not catching that, but that's really crazy score. I think that just, if anything, means that there's just way more potential in this match. I think one thing to note is that Cycles, I think, was picked by France. So
no, it was by the US. It was you, I think. I'm pretty sure about that. Actually, no, this is France.
I'm pretty sure it was France.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure France.
That makes no sense, does it?
I mean, it makes sense in my head given certain outside factors, but
what? Halogen, hello?
Wait. Oh. Yeah. Wow. Oh, whoa. Yeah, his accuracy dropped like quite a bit there. That went from 99.5 to 98. But regardless, that's gonna be completely fine for them. I mean, we've got two people above 99.5%, and Halogen's not too far behind. Yeah, no, this lead is definitely.
Yeah, it's definitely enough. I'm surprised that France went for this with Asuver score now considered. Like, if Asuver just had a full combo, this was a point, like 100% for France with that big choke there by Halogen. But I'm surprised that an SB pick, if you have a player that doesn't have a consistent 98, then you're doing some very risky plays there.
Yeah, I'll just say it was an interesting pick and nothing more. But yeah, 4-0 now, and it's US's pick now. So yeah, I honestly, I mean, they've got it set up where that, you know, they can easily get a match point here and guarantee at least a tiebreaker. So man, yeah, we'll see. And can we just look at the fact that Electro got 1-200 on this, Toph getting 0, like
B1 double S. That's pretty ridiculous.
And not even that. Like, I know previously before this match, I feel like Electro, I don't want to say it was like struggling, but like was having like maybe a couple of issues with this map, and that score is really well done on his.
Yeah, it's good that he could knock that out of the way.
No, like it was absolutely crazy.
I still blame Juan for that. I guess you can. Man, what a thing we just had to experience, right? I mean, that was like half of the match without commentary.
Yeah,
and multiple explosions.
Discord breaks, and then the tourney client decides to just completely crash. No, there's I'm just happy we got through all those issues, because now we got a tournament match to watch, and we still got a few more points to get.
At the very least, we have a couple points now. We see no thank you though. Like, that's a pretty.
Yeah, I think that might be a little bit bugged, because we don't even see the picks and bans from the other team. You know, if that's what we have to sacrifice to get the stream working, then by all means.
So be it. Yeah.
So, given that Discord is back, I think the US should actually have some communication
less
with
trouble
now. Yeah. So I know that was also an issue while Discord was down, just like trying to find a way to communicate and know what to pick, know what to ban, all these things. It's been a bit of a headache for that team for sure. So I'm hoping from here on out things should be a bit more streamlined, and you know, we'll see what happens with the rest.
Okay, preset junkies, BIP. I don't like this pick at all, but I guess it's fine.
I admittedly am not too familiar with this pick, so I'll have an interesting time seeing what it's like.
I don't know, like, this is like a very techy, like, speed dump chart. I'm not sure how to really categorize it. It has some long nodes in the middle that could be tricky because they are like trilly, and you can like misread the pattern easily and drop a lot of 200s. And I honestly think this is the easiest map to choke in the entirety of the pool. So going for something like that when you have such a stronger accuracy than France, in my head, looks a bit weird. Like, I would have gone for other more consistent base choices, like what was remaining. I mean, even Prom Night would be good enough, I guess.
I would say, well, given this is more of like a tech chart, I would say this is probably a bit easier for the US to play than something like Prom Night, because I think speed is actually like getting it actually on speed is something that the US has like historically struggled with, and I think tech is just a lot more of like their skill set and what they can like handle. So I would say I think that
Or
if this is
Unconquered,
more
actually.
tech than speed, Unconquered would be interesting too, but I feel like just there's at least with the chart like that, you need to have like you need to be 100% sure that you're actually like you cannot choke whatsoever. And I think already this match there have been a couple chokes here and there from the US side, and it's been a bit lucky that they've been able to like squeeze just by
honestly,
with those.
you're right. Yeah, they got chokes on both cycles, and the first choice they had, what was it? Or Retina of my eye, like burned this moment. But here we are now.
Yeah, given that this is Gekito's chart, and I know he's actually pretty good at his own stuff. Was that okay, that was a client miss from Toph. I got a little scared for a sec. So far, just off the beginning, France does have a bit of a lead, I think, just because their ratios are a little bit higher. But once the LNs come in here, yeah, we got a little choke from Gekito again.
Talking about Gekito being good at his own charts, that seems not to be the case this time.
Might be cursing in there. But yeah, I think the lead still, even then, isn't too bad. They did just get the past the 400 combo mark, so I think the lead will increase a little bit until Gekito reaches 400 combo here.
Yeah, it would be about 9,000, I think. And the accuracies are quite similar overall, so that miss is just going to be the main factor that differentiates these two teams at this moment. But as time goes on, the US should start to outact the French team a little bit. As you can see, Gekito is getting back to Asuber's tier accuracy levels, so sooner than later the score gap's gonna shrink enough and the lead will start shifting.
Yeah, I would say like right now, if the US just kept their combo, there's potential for them to take this point, but really like right now France looks unstoppable. They've got 3 full combos and they've got
Pimox!
Maybe I'm the one people should be blaming now. That's crazy. We got.
What was that miss? Actually, that was like on the easiest one. Gekito, another one right before the drop.
The lead might be swinging back to France now. That's.
Yeah, he will. Oh, Callaghan as well now on the long nose. What?
I think that's gonna.
What are those misses?
Yeah, these are really hard to explain. Like, and I think even that miss from Pimox was like. It was more of a rush. I mean, that was a miss plus like maybe a 100 or something here and there. So yeah, I think just the miss from Halogen and Gekito that's gonna do it for this song.
Yeah,
and the US is not going to be able to sweep here. Actually, this is a break point as well for France, so this could signal a comeback. And yeah, actually, Pimox right there, the 2 100s and the 2 misses. That's wow.
That was a big rush over there, indeed. That miss from Halogen was so weird. I think he just like released it way too early. Like,
possibly, yeah.
I think he like lost control a little bit, and he was like, okay, this is like a shorter long than it should be, and he just released it so early. It cost us a miss with a 50. Very good ratio though.
Yeah, and the scores from Toph and Azubair both like 992 and 991 respectively. It's those scores are just really solid, and I mean it just shows that like there are people on France that could easily just match the people in the US. So there's definitely something to look out for there. And I think now France's move, I'm not really sure what they would pick.
Honestly, like I never really counted France out of the game yet. Like they had 2 maps where they could have won with chokes by the US on both. I mean, Cycles was not really close, but had they had a 3rd player, they would have won it. Like Asuber was just not comparable to the rest of the team.
Yeah, just like a little bit more practice on that chart, and they would have had it.
Yeah. But then on Retina, they were really close, and right now they just got their breakpoint. They need another breakpoint though if they want a tiebreaker. But the picks remaining, as you said, might not favor the US all that much. I think Unconquered is the thing they have to go for as like the last choice before securing a tiebreaker. But France now has things like Education to pick, which I think will be pretty good for them, because I feel it's a map that we can see. We'll probably see Gekito, Toph, and I want to say Electra, which would be fine, but this is a map that is very easy to just like drop a lot of 200s even combo eventually. So France could like take advantage of like this US that seems to be in a day that they choke a lot. So picks like Education will help a lot. Prom Night will probably be a decent pick as well after that one.
Yeah, I feel like Prom Night would actually be really good here. Like, it's I feel like speed is a skill set that France definitely has. I mean, look at Kunu and Azubert. Like those two players already are very, very adept speed players. And just something like Prom Night, I think should be within their territory. I'm not sure if they'll take a win on it, but it'll definitely be close. And they're gonna pick
you next.
Kind of similar, I guess. Just not as fast whatsoever as Prom Night, but it's still. I think it's within sort of that Rice sort of skill range. So yeah, I mean, I would throw out the same comments as Prom Night here. Just France, you know, there's potential to take it here. I think this is a decent pick from them, and yeah, we'll just see what happens.
Yeah, I'll argue that Prom Night is a little bit better for France if they want to aim for chokes on the United States with those long ones in the middle. But then if they feel confident on their speed act, then this pick is pretty much fine as well. Like if there's one miss at this map though, it's very, very short and it's gonna cost a lot of points. So US has to be careful here. I'll assume that they can drop a few 200s every now and then because their ratios are overall gonna be better. But they definitely cannot afford to drop a single note, like completely.
Yeah, I think the only reason like the misses earlier in the tournament were able to like help keep the US in the lead is just because their ratios are so good. But you know, those misses are so detrimental to someone's score that, you know, they really stack up. And it's entirely possible that if one of the players just misses like more than once, like twice, 3 times, you know, or they start rushing, like that can be the end of the map for them. And you know, the USA definitely does not want to see that whatsoever at this point in the tournament.
Absolutely. Like, the US can technically afford to lose this map in general though, because it's France's choice and they only really need one more point. But if they want to get back into it, they win this one, they like basically completely nullifies the morale boost that France just got by winning on that break point. But France's momentum is going to carry on if they can win this one. So it's gonna be hard for the US if they make one of their stronger picks. The French team is gonna be in a mood like, okay, we got this. We win this, we're tie breaking it. So US kind of pressured on this one, not as much as they could be, but they will really like to win this pick and try to seal the deal as soon as possible.
Yeah, I think it's just a bit worrisome on the US's side because I think this is something that they could pick just as easily as France, and so if they're not able to win on this, I think picking Rice might actually be out of the question for the US, which is really hard to imagine because that's like their main skill set. So I'm thinking if this doesn't work, the next pick could, easily be something like Whiplash or maybe like, I can't even think right now. I mean, what are their Olympics?
Actually Whiplash, yeah. They should just go, oh, Electro, that's a miss.
Yep, that's the thing. Is he's kind of like, yeah, he's not happy about that. You can see the keyboard smashing there. Yeah.
Pmox as well.
This could run it right back to the US here. Except
yeah, they have the better accuracy.
Electro's accuracy is a little bit worse, but they are getting the lead now, and the combo is starting to pick up for Electro. So we could see a lead coming in here.
Should be, and there it is. The United States now taking the lead back. Those 99.9s from both Toph and Halogen definitely gonna help push that lead a little bit forward, giving them a little bit of a leeway in case they drop a 200 or 2. And right now France is trying the vest, but that miss from Pmox ended up costing the chance. They had it without that miss, but the scores are not really all that far apart of each other.
Yeah, this
and
is
if
an
there's a single drop from
match.
any of the top players here, will it be though? The map is almost over. Don't think there is a miss here. The rest of the map is not too tricky. Last double, and there is 5,000 points.
US taking the break point there, 5-1 now, and I think, yeah, at this point it's really in their field. So, despite the miss from Electro, really good performance from all the players here. It's just, I mean, it was so close. I mean, even Electro still at the end of the chart having a lower score than Pmox, but I mean, look at Toph's score and look at Halogen's score, like 60 and 76 300s. That's almost half of like what the other two players on France have. So that's yeah, these scores
that's a big
really good. Yeah, definitely.
200 count though was in favor of France, and again we mentioned this, that the Prom Night will have maybe a better pick here.
Yeah, I think that Prom Night not being pick there. I mean, especially since Electro did miss on the, I would say some of the bursts in Thank You Next, or just like towards the end of them. It, Prom Night easily could have gone to France. I mean, just like how fast and how dense that chart can get. Like I feel like that is something that France could actually be better at, and I feel like it's possibly missed opportunity there for an extra point. But regardless, even after Prom Night, I'm not sure if there's really much more than that pool to work with, because at that point, a lot of things get thrown up in the air. Not really sure what's going to work, what's not going to work, etc.
I think right now it's just Whiplash, right? Like that's probably what the US wants to go here.
I would
have it available.
think so, but yeah, I'm not sure how comfortable they actually are in Whiplash, because I feel like with the scores that they've set in the past on that chart, like the expectation to be like perfect on it is a little high, and they're not really sure if they're like
they might just try to like overperform in terms of accuracy and choke a lot. You think?
I'm really just not sure. I just think like there'd just be a lot of nerves associated with Whiplash, or potentially like how often it's been played in the past, possibly mind blocks on it as well. But I think it's possible that they can pick Whiplash or possibly Education. I forgot the name of the map.
Education.
There we go. Education. Thank you. Was Graduation the difficulty name? Or am I thinking of something else?
No, Education is the name of the song. It's By For Now something. The difficulty name, I don't remember.
I think the difficulty name is Graduation, maybe.
Oh, no, yeah, that could be.
It's University, and the Graduation is the highest.
The difficulty, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, Whiplash is being picked here, so I guess they are comfortable not to play it. So we'll see if the SPs really come out here. They've got their their SV lineup here, and I think things could be happening here. I think the US they are favored here, but France really could pull something out of nowhere and take the point. So we'll see what happens. They've been pretty unpredictable so far this tournament, so it'd be exciting to see another breakpoint come in here.
US, I like you all, but choke, please. Remember to breathe. Or remember to blink. And there we go. I mean, if you blink in a very specific time, you might just miss a note, because the SV pick is about to take place here. Whiplash, actually. Actually, one of the few ranked charts we get to see in the Mania World Cup. This one, Education, and Batting Show were the only three so far, at least. Here we go, last chance for France now. I mean, technically every single pick from now will be the last chance for France if they manage to take it.
Yeah, here on out, it's just match point every single map. So this is gonna be a really rough road for France, and I mean right now they've got a bit of a point deficit here. I don't know if it's enough to possibly have them take the lead back, but it's pretty close right now. We really got to wait for the S.
That was a 200 there by Asiver and Halogen, both before that quad. See the ghost down there by Toe.
Ghost tapping from all three of the US players in fact.
They're all doing the same ghost stab? Oh no, actually Halogen is not, but the rest are doing it.
Yeah, I think there's some strategy discussion among them on what to do with this.
Accuracies are a little bit lower now on the US side. No drops in terms of combo though from France, so if they can hope for a miss here by the US, could be good for them. Actually though, these three players are the ones that you least expect to choke, honestly. The most consistent players of the US.
Keep in mind, I mean, Gaxia's already choked before in this match, so there's definitely that possibility. But I will say, just looking at the accuracies right now, like US definitely has such a strong lead at this point. I think a miss actually would not give them or give
France the lead back. Yeah, I don't think would be enough. We probably need more than one miss, maybe some act drops on top of it. But still halfway through, like we still have half of the song to go through, and there's about 20,000 points, so a miss is about like 12,000, maybe a little bit less than that. They'll need like 2 now if they want to recover here, or start to get those accuracies a little bit higher.
I know that there's been some issues reported about the second half of this chart, giving maybe some of the U.S. players a bit of an issue. So we'll see what happens here. I think if potentially France actually does perform really well in the second half and the U.S. just doesn't, then it could be close. But right now, I mean, the score lead is so large that it's really looking like the U.S. is going to be taking this.
It will take some work, but
it will take.
I mean, there's still a chance. France only can hope for it. Not much you can do at this point. These longers are pretty tricky. Wow. Okay, the US accuracy's got a little bit lower here, but so did France. And that's not gonna favor them. The lead is actually growing even bigger in favor of the United States here. Tove not dropping that much at all. Halogen drops the combo though there. Trades with Elementars.
Oh man, I was worried. I thought I saw Gekido dropping combo for a second, but yeah, no, it was Halogen dropping combo and Elementars. And I mean, just, yeah, the accuracy is just, I think that's really what's deciding this here. Is just like, if you look at Tove's accuracy, just, and Gekido as well, is just outshining almost everyone else in the lobby. And I think even Halogen's, despite that miss, is still higher than everybody else in France. So it's just, this is just looking like a clear win.
And it is, that is it. The United States takes this. 6-1 is the final scoring.
Really well played.
200 count for Gekido actually, but nutty ratio from Tove Daddy.
Yeah, really, really good ratio from Tove, and honestly, just well played all around. I think that 1 point from France especially is quite surprising. Like that actually did like kind of, it was a break point as well, which I think is the most surprising part. So really well played. And I think France definitely has potential to go pretty far in this tournament, as per usual. Could definitely see that happening in the future.
They always get like that bad luck that they just don't get really good matchups in general, and they cannot really go as far as they potential can be. It's weird.
Yeah, I could see that, yeah. I mean, especially like if in round of 16 playing against the US, like that's just, it's a hard matchup to go against, like for sure. It's like playing against the South Korea or playing against Brazil. It's just, it's
very bad. It's very bad luck. I mean, honestly, they got second, so they didn't really could hope for a really good matchup. Like there were teams like Brazil, that US, that Korea, like Japan. That there were a lot of really good teams on the top of the groups. So, but they also had a pretty complicated group in general. Like Mexico and Singapore were two very strong opponents. In fact, they lost against Singapore, and Mexico pulled out a very impressive fight against both France and Singapore as well. So
yeah, I would wager Mexico is probably one of the best low seeds in this tournament. So it's just a really hard group.
Yep. But that has been it for today. That was the last match that we had to stream. As you can check in the schedule here, next one coming is the South American Derby, Brazil versus Argentina.
That's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be very fun. I cannot wait to see the warm-ups, I'll say that much. Because that's some hype there. I hope Argentina can make a really good one. Yeah, I think it will. But that's a matchup I really want to see for a long time. I honestly think that Brazil would just dominate the match completely, but
it would be in good fun. I think it'd be nice.
Yeah. I know that both teams like each other a lot, so they're probably gonna have a lot of fun. But that has been it. We had one sweep and two no sweeps so far in the round of 16, and that's surprising enough, in my opinion. We tend to see a lot of sweeps in the round of 16 due to like top of the group versus second of the group matchups. But yeah, pretty good show so far. Hope we can see.
There we go, got the bracket on the stream.
Yeah, we have a bracket on the stream. Hopefully we will have as much fun as we had from these previous 3 matches on the next 5 and last remainings.
Yeah, no, I mean, despite the sweeps, I feel like the actual like score difference has been pretty close, and a lot of these teams really put up a lot of competition within each other. And if anything, that just speaks to how close it'll be later on in the tournament when some of these like teams that do end up like getting close to swept end up playing against each other, because that's going to be close for sure. And I think already by quarterfinal we're going to see some close matchups. Looking at like Thailand versus Great Britain. That's like
UK, US,
yeah,
maybe Brazil or Argentina. Like what?
Yeah, US versus potentially Brazil in quarterfinals is. We're going to see one of those teams in the losers bracket early on, which is
honestly, like actually, I'll have to recheck. let's say that it's US, Brazil, and Thailand, UK. Then when does the loser of those match face each other on the losers bracket? Because that will be also very intense.
I think they would be on opposite sides of the bracket, so probably close. I'm not. We'll have to verify that later, but it's still like, I mean, just look at all these teams on the top of the bracket. Like, they're so.
The top bracket is just stacked, and it's like all amazing teams in Argentina. They're like, hello there, guys, help. Like, sure, there's even like, I don't know, all the top seeds are there. What the hell?
Yeah, no.
USA, France, Brazil, like Thailand, UK. What? Like 5 out of 7 on the top side of the bracket. Amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy stacked. I mean, I guess that's how it is sometimes. I mean, just given how the groups are drawn, it's completely random, and you know, this is bound to happen at once.
Yeah, and it always seems like hilariously enough that we always see Korea having the bracket where there's no top seed.
Yeah.
Why does that happen every single year? As if they didn't have a strong roster already.
Yeah.
Not a single year they have to face neither the US or Brazil early on.
Maybe that's what happens when they're like seeded number 0 or however that works.
Yeah, they're right. They are just so far ahead that they just instantly qualifies to the finals.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyways, yeah,
I honestly hope that we can pull out a fight there. I think they can be close. It can be very close.
Probably, yeah. We'll see what happens. This year is definitely going to be interesting. It's going to get more interesting, and especially as these map pools keep coming, it's just going to be hard to predict.
It will be indeed. But what a better way to close this up than we chalk it out by Con Sound. Very, very chill song to just finish the stream. So. It's been good. I mean, not really. The last match was kind of not that good.
The first half could have gone a bit more smoothly, but yeah, I mean, despite the technical difficulties, I think the stream turned out really happy to commentate a US match. Hopefully, can do more in the future. Really excited to see that team play. Really excited just to see all these games so far in the 4Q World Cup.
Really excited to see the ones that are coming tomorrow at 0:30 UTC will be the first one between Brazil and Argentina, and I hope to see you all chat there. I know it's a bit inconvenient for those people in Europe. I don't blame you if you're not around, that's fine. But if you can, you have some time, you manage to stay up until that late, then make sure you come here and watch the match because it's going to be very, very cool. And I hope to see you all, like I said, for Brazil versus Argentina later. Have fun, stay hydrated, and I'll see you then.